viewers of Burundi National Television, welcome to the English edition Top Stories. This Monday in Gitega Port capital, the President of the Republic of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, granted an audience to the outgoing Chinese ambassador to Burundi, Zhao Jianping. She came to bid farewell following the end of her mandate. And Pride Health here in Bujumbura, the National Association of People living with HIV responsible for supporting individuals living with HIV has officially launched on this Monday a week-long HIV testing campaign. As you are informed in headlines, this Monday, the President of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, granted an audience to the outgoing Chinese ambassador to Burundi, Zhao Jianping. She came to bid farewell following the end of her mandate. The President praised the ambassador's achievements during her 4-year term in Burundi, particularly in agriculture, construction, and other sectors. The outgoing ambassador highlighted that these accomplishments were made possible thanks to the fruitful cooperation between the two countries. In the same line, First Lady Angèle Ndayishimiye praised the bilateral relations between Burundi and China, highlighting concrete actions in various sectors, particularly in health, through the Bon Action Mugiraneza Foundation. She made this statement on Monday in Gishora, Gitega province, during the farewell ceremony for the ambassador of People's Republic of China to Burundi, Zhao Jianping, at the end of her mandate. Fabien Nionisgie tells more.
This Monday, a visit by the Burundian First Lady Angèle Ndayishimiye and the ancient ambassador of the Republic of China in Burundi, Zhao Jianping, has been welcomed by a traditional performance made by drummers of Gishora, essentially the symbol of Burundian traditional culture. They seized the opportunity to discover the ritual center of Gishora. Gishora drummers seized the opportunity to perform, showing their talents and engagements to protect the Burundian culture. In her speech, the Burundian First Lady Angèle Ndayishimiye underlined that the visit is aimed at thanking the ambassador of the Republic of China for the good period she spent here in Burundi. Before leaving Burundi, she saluted the good collaboration she made, and this helped to improve the relationship between Burundi and China. Angèle Ndayishimiye also saluted the collaboration with the Bon Action Mugiraneza Foundation with the Chinese embassy in Burundi. This visit has been also an occasion to celebrate cultural richness and consolidating ties between Burundi and China.
And the Ministry of Public Service and Labor organized a meeting with the private security companies responsible for the protection of people and property, focusing on the proper organization of labor within these entities. The Minister of Labor, Gamaliel Nizigama, called on employees working in these companies to demonstrate commitment and to strictly adhere to law. Evariste Ndayishimiye has more.
This meeting, organized by the Ministry of Labor in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, aimed at raising awareness on proper organization of labor within Gaudian societies responsible for public safety and well-being. The Minister of Public Services, Gabriel Nizigama, emphasized that the event was a valuable opportunity to promote the public interest by preventing workplace accidents, ensuring compliance with the labor laws, and addressing the challenges faced by the sector. He called on participants to work diligently and uphold the law. Representing the Guardian Societies, Mark Nimburanya highlighted low wages as one of their major challenges, noting that over 10,000 employees are currently engaged in this sector across Burundi.
As you are informed in headlines, Page Health Now, the National Association of People living with HIV responsible for supporting individuals living with HIV, has officially launched on this Monday a week-long HIV testing campaign. Jeanne Gapia stated that the campaign will include screening for sexually transmitted infections as well as cervical cancer. Marius Migwe was on the ground.
This week-long HIV testing campaign was launched at the NSS Center located in Kigobe. In addition to HIV, they will also screen for other diseases such as tuberculosis, sexually transmitted infections, and other health conditions. As HIV cases are rising, especially among young people under the age of 25, Jeanne Gapia is calling for increased awareness efforts to encourage timely testing among the youth. Regarding partners in the sector who appear to be gradually withdrawing, she urged the government to take full responsibility, emphasizing that what is neglected at home eventually becomes a major threat. The campaign will take place at NSS centers in Bujumbura, Gitega, Lumonge, Kilundo, and Makamba. It will also be conducted in public hospitals like Kilundo, Makamba, and Gitega, in collaboration with the partner organizations such as SOA Burundi, Bapod, Nouvelle Espérance, to name as a few.
The Christian organization Miparek, in collaboration with local administrative authorities in Buhumuza province, commemorated the International Day of Peace alongside the World Mental Health Day. The celebration took place in the Lusengo neighborhood located in Ruyigi district. On this occasion, the advisor to the governor of Buhumuza province called on citizens to strengthen peace and security within their families and communities. Evariste Nyonguru once more.
This joint ceremony marking both the International Day of Peace and the World Mental Health Day in the Lusengo zone was held under the patronage of the Councillor of the Governor of Buhumuza province, specifically the official in charge of finance and the treasurer, along with the communal councillor, representatives from the German organization WFD, long-standing partner of Miparek, and the key members of Miparek itself, an organization committed to promoting peace and social cohesion in Burundi. The local population of Rusengo and the surrounding areas also turned out in large numbers. In his remarks, Antoine Manirambona, head of Miparek's central program, highlighted the organization's key areas of intervention that are trauma prevention, psychosocial support for victims, and the promotion of community justice and peaceful coexistence. These efforts are being implemented not only in Ruyigi commune but also across various other regions of Burundi, with a focus on strengthening community resilience in post-conflict zones. Dieudonné Kibinakanwa, representing Miparek, recorded that the organization is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. He also noted that Miparek operates beyond Burundi, with the programs in Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, focusing on peace building, community security, and reconciliation. He called upon citizens to actively support government efforts in maintaining peace, ensuring security, and fostering development. Cecile Ndachaisaba, advisor to the governor of Buhumuza in charge of finance and the treasurer, praised Miparek's initiative, urging the population to avoid the behavior that leads to the trauma within families and the wider community. She stressed the importance of nurturing peace and security starting from the family unit. The event began with the community work involving Miparek and the local residents of Rusengo, who collaborated in digging anti-erosion trenches on Gisolo Hill to protect the Kizigo field and the valley from erosion. The landowners were encouraged to plant fixative vegetation to ensure the sustainability of the effort.
Let's now move on Page Sports. This Monday, Innocent Duimana, who is the president of the Bujumbura Football Association, had a press conference in which he announced that his intention to run for the position of president of the Bujumbura Football District. Mr. Duimana stated that his aim is to promote football in the city of Bujumbura. Jivan Daishimiye.
During this press conference, Innocent Nduwimana, whose term as president of the Bujumbura Football Association has just ended, stated that he now intends to run for the presidency of the Bujumbura Football District in line with the country's new administrative division. He expressed satisfaction with the achievements made during his term, the most significant of which, according to him, was successfully presenting 2 clubs to compete in the playoff matches. He then presented the program that will guide his mandate once elected. Key points of this program include abolition of affiliation fees to reduce club expenses, support 2 teams before the start of the championship through the provision of training balls and financial assistance to teams participating in the various playoff matches. Mr. Nduwimana said that he will do all this with the aim of promoting football in Bujumbura province as it was in the past. Also stated that he plans to reintroduce the awards that were previously given to the best player of each match in order to strengthen the spirit of competition among the players. The elections for the new executive committee of the Bujumbura district will take place this Saturday, November 22nd.
And among the highlights in the sports sector over the past week, we look back at the meeting that brought together leaders of sports federations from across the African continent held here in Bujumbura. We also revisit the sport work organized this Sunday in Kibimba, Gitega province, an event graced by the presence of the First Lady. Take a listen.
Let's begin at this sports retrospective with the 2-day meeting that brought together representatives of sports associations from various African countries. The objective of this gathering was to discuss strategies to eradicate gender-based discrimination in the sports sector across Africa, while also promoting the active participation of women in sports. Mustafa Sharif, president of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, congratulated Burundi for hosting the meeting and presented the African Trophy for recognition and gratitude to the President of the Republic of Burundi for his involvement in the promotion of African sports. The President of the Republic of Burundi expressed satisfaction with the progress made by the country in combating gender-based discrimination in sports, emphasizing that any woman wishing to get involved now has a rightful place. At the end of the meeting, participants called on everyone to promote the dignity of women in their respective countries through the adoption of laws and programs that facilitate equal participation of women and girls in sports alongside men. They acknowledged that in many African countries, male teams now have female sections, although progress in men is limited. And in Gitega, the First Lady of Burundi, Angelina Ndayishimiye, joined athletes from the Kibimba Sports Club for a fitness session, which also included a visit to the Nyamyotsi Dam. She reminded everyone that physical exercise is important for all young and old alike. The beach volleyball, Burundi welcomed the president of the African Beach Volleyball Federation. She praised Burundi for being the first African country to organize beach volleyball competitions for children under the age of 10. She pledged to support various initiatives, including training programs for coaches and referees, as well as providing the necessary equipment.
Thank you, dear viewers, for your attention. This is the end of our English edition. Keep watching our program. I'm Jackson Lakoze. Bye-bye.